How's it going, YouTube? My name is Ari and welcome to Blue Lion Finance. I am finally excited to officially announce it is 2021. We have officially made it. We have crossed the 2020 finish line. So congratulations, we are all here together. Now I have no idea what the markets of 2021 are going to look like, but I can certainly say I'm very optimistic about our road to recovery. For those of you tuning into Blue Lion for the very first time, this channel is all about dividend investing and moreover my personal journey to $100,000 tucked away within my Vanguard brokerage account. With that being said, as of today, I have $62,689.80 within that account. Now in today's video, you're in for a treat because I'm going to be disclosing my top 3 best performing dividend paying stocks of 2020, as well as the grand total amount of dividends that I have been paid out in the year of 2020. So make sure you stick around until the end. And of course, just before we dive in, if you haven't already, please just go ahead, tap on that thumbs up button. I will greatly appreciate it and it will absolutely help me out on my journey, as well as getting the word out of what we're doing here on Blue Lion Finance. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and also tap on that subscribe button because I would love to have you on this journey with me. It's gonna be a wild ride, so buckle up. And with all of that being said, let's get right into it. Getting right to it, what I'd first like to do is actually share with all of you the number one, and I mean like the number one, the best performing holding of mine in terms of dividends. It actually was not an individual company that I had invested in, but rather an index. So for all of you who are brand new to investing, or even those of you who are experienced, investors but had a little trouble in 2020, you might want to think about actually just investing in an index fund, letting an index do what an index does best, which is monitor the market and, for a very, very low fee, take care of really the hard work. And from there, you just kick back and let your money grow for you in the market. So the best performing holding that I have within my portfolio, not only in terms of, price per share and that growth, but dividend, VTSAX, Vanguard's total stock market index fund, the Admiral shares. And what I love about this index is the fact that I didn't do a whole lot of work. I opened this index when I was brand new to investing, and I actually didn't throw a whole lot of money into it over the course of 2020. And here's the deal, for 221 shares, this index fund paid me out just in dividends alone, $292.59. Index really is, again, it's not just an individual company that you're investing in, it's a plethora of amazing companies that are well established. So for example, VTSAX has companies like Apple, Microsoft, Visa, JP Morgan Chase, Google, J&J, these massive companies. They're not going anywhere. Most of them pay out nice dividends and they lump it all together on a quarterly basis. They send you a nice fat check. But for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate all the index funds that I have and present you the top 3 performing companies, the individual companies of mine that paid out the highest amount in terms of dividends. So that brings me right to Apple, one of my favorite companies. It's right up there with Coca-Cola and as exciting for me as Tesla. And the reason being is because Apple has a $2.26 trillion market cap. So I compared them to Coca-Cola in that I feel that Apple is a very safe play for the long run. And as exciting as Tesla, because they're always coming out, with new technologies for us all, and everybody's always hyped up about Apple, when's the next iPhone coming out, the next MacBook, the next this, that. So Apple, in my opinion, is not going anywhere for the long run. And while yes, they are not technically considered this great dividend, paying company to invest in for a dividend investor, they're a growth opportunity where they do pay out a nice little dividend. So they were my 3rd best performing company in terms of dividend payments. I only have 45 shares of Apple, and they paid out a nice little $10.87 over the course of the entire year of 2020. But what I like, again, about Apple is the fact that this price of their actual stock has grown tremendously, and that's really where a lot of the value is coming in for me. So as I look into Apple's future, I see an amazing opportunity and long lifespan, if you will, for them to continue to grow as a company and ultimately change the world for us all, you know, whether it's in healthcare or even those little tidbits or sneak peeks rather of their EVs that may be coming out. But, you know, to be determined. And let's hold on to our seats as investors in Apple. But if you are a dividend, you know, player and you'd like to get in on Apple, they're there. They're going to pay you out because of that large, you know, market cap. They love embracing their investors and paying them back. So thank you for my dividend paycheck, and most importantly, continue to change the world because you're making all of us rich. Next up on the list is Southern Company, ticker symbol SO. Now, Southern Company, as I've spoken about in previous videos, is actually an energy utility company, you know, down south, obviously in the name, but they serve 9 million plus customers. That's insane. And not only that, but this year, 2021, they're poised to grow about 3%, which is an amazing number for a utility company to continue to expand. And what I love most about Southern Company, they're a very safe play because, as you know, pandemic, no pandemic, you know, rough economy, good economy, people need to be able to come home, turn on their lights, turn them off, you know, turn their stoves on, turn them off, charge their Apple devices, charge whatever they need to. We need energy, right? And we need these energy giants to keep us going. So companies like Southern Companies are very safe plays for any investor to tap into, and they're pretty consistent. Now, Southern Company, I only have 7 shares, but get this, I have been paid out a grand total of $12.16, which is really insane if you think about it for only holding 7 shares. Their dividend yield is 4.22%, which is a pretty strong dividend yield. Like I said, they're poised to grow this year in 2021. So I'm an absolute fan of Southern Company. I want to say thank you for my dividend paycheck, and I look forward to continuing to increase my position with you guys. All right, embrace yourself because, well, first of all, drum roll, please. Can I get the drum roll started? Anyone? Crickets, total crickets, probably because I am just in this apartment totally by myself recording this video. But for those of you out there, start that drum roll up because the best paying dividend holding of mine within my portfolio when it comes to an individual company is none other than Realty Income, ticker symbol O. Now, I've said time and time again that this is one of my favorite companies to invest in for a dividend payment. They pay out dividends on a monthly basis, which makes me really excited every month. They go ahead and open up my Vanguard account, see what they're paying me. They typically pay on the 15th. Nonetheless, with Realty Income, what we're looking at is a company with a 4.58% dividend yield, so it's a pretty strong dividend yield. I only have 28 shares, and throughout the course of 2020, they have paid me out $19.64, which is really amazing when you think about, you know, the amount of shares that I have to how much they're actually paying me. Of course, I'm going to continue to increase my position with Realty Income. Realty Income is a dividend aristocrat. So what does that mean? A dividend aristocrat means that when you get that nice fancy title, your company has been paying out dividends for 25 plus consecutive years and have maintained dividend growth to your investors. So it's an amazing honor to be a dividend aristocrat. And for a real estate wannabe mogul, I'll say, like myself, investing in real estate is what I really ultimately want to do long term in my future. I'm currently working in real estate, so I may be a little bit biased when it comes to a REIT like Realty Income. But when you look at Realty Income, they have 6,500 different properties spanning across 51 different industries. So they are very well diversified. And not to mention, they typically lease out long-term leases to Walgreens, 7-Elevens, the Walmarts of the world, right? So they're not really going to go anywhere because a lot of their tenants are here for the long run. So you can really go ahead, trust that if you put your money into Realty Income, you're gonna get nice returns, both in dividends and of course, in terms of the stock growth itself. If you've made it this far, what I owe you is the grand total of how much I have earned throughout the course of 2020 in terms of my dividends. And that number is $477.90. Now, that number excites me. Of course, it's not millions of dollars, but when's the last time that you did absolutely nothing and have been paid for it? That's the type of thinking that gets me excited about dividend investing. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, if you picked something up, you've learned something new, and I would absolutely be more than grateful if you went ahead and just hit on that thumbs up button for me. And of course, if you haven't by this point, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. The next video I'm gonna make is actually going to discuss and detail out my strategic approach to dividend investing in 2021. So make sure you stay tuned. And until that next video, I will see you all there.